The first thing the deputy said was, "That room doesn't exist anymore." It began like any other low-budget roadside incident. A noise complaint, a few lights flickering at the Sundown Motor Lodge off Highway 64 in rural Arkansas. By the next morning, the police would tape off the entire building. By the end of the week, the property owner would swear the motel was cursed. Just after 11 p.m. on March 19, 2012, County Dispatch received a call from Eddie Lowe, the night clerk at the Sundown. He sounded nervous, almost embarrassed. "I know this is going to sound crazy," he said, "but someone's in room 9. The dispatcher hesitated. Room 9 had been sealed since 2005 after an electrical fire gutted half the structure. The entire wing, rooms 8 through 12, was boarded up, condemned, and awaiting demolition. Still, the call was logged. Deputy Mark Hollis was dispatched. When Hollis arrived, he found Eddie standing outside under the buzzing neon sign. The sign read Sundown Motor Lodge, half its letters burnt out. The clerk pointed toward the dark end of the building. "I heard the bell. The key rack moved," he said. Inside the office, one key hook hung empty. The tag read 9. Hollis followed the narrow walkway to the condemned section. All the doors were padlocked, the windows painted over with black tar. But the air smelled faintly of ozone. Like a power surge after lightning, he shined his flashlight on the rusted door to room 9. The padlock was still there, but the chain was loose, hanging open. A faint light pulsed underneath the door, like the reflection of a TV screen. Hollis radioed for backup before breaking the seal. The door opened with a slow metallic groan. The smell hit first: old smoke, mildew, and something sharper underneath, like scorched wiring. The room was intact, but aged in a way that didn't make sense. A rotary phone sat on the nightstand, dustless. The bedspread looked freshly made. A suitcase stood open on the floor, and on the wall above the headboard hung a mirror that reflected only the bed, not the rest of the room. The strangest detail: the bedside lamp was on. Except, according to Eddie, the power to that entire section had been disconnected for 7 years. No one was found inside. Hollis checked the bathroom: dry towels, unused soap, toilet lid down. Then he noticed something written on the fogged surface of the mirror: "Checked in." He stepped closer. His breath didn't cause the fog. It was warm, as though written seconds before. He backed out slowly and called it in. By sunrise, detectives arrived from the county seat. They confirmed the room's circuit breaker was rusted shut and that no power had run to the outlet in years. But on the desk was a check-in card, dated March 19th, 2012, 9:07 p.m., signed in blue ink, Thomas E. Burrows. Records showed Burrows was a traveling insurance adjuster from Oklahoma. He'd been missing since that same night, last seen filling his gas tank 20 miles away. His vehicle was found in the motel's back lot, keys still in the ignition, driver's door open. The Sundown had 2 working security cameras, both analog. One faced the front desk, the other the parking lot. Detectives retrieved the VHS tapes. The lobby camera showed Burrows walking in at 9:14 p.m. He wore a brown jacket and carried a briefcase. He placed a key tag on the counter, spoke briefly to Eddie, no audio, and walked out of frame. Eddie insisted he'd never seen the man. He said the counter interaction on the tape didn't happen. "I was out back having a smoke at that time," he told investigators. The parking lot camera caught Burrows crossing the lot toward the condemned wing. He stopped once, looked up directly into the camera, and smiled. Then the screen flickered. When the static cleared, the lot was empty. Forensics dusted room 9. Prints matched Thomas Burrows on the check-in card, suitcase handle, and phone. But there was something else. A second set of prints, smaller, from hands that appeared aged or scarred. No match in any database. Inside the suitcase were clothes neatly folded, a Bible, and 3 rolls of film wrapped in wax paper. When developed, each roll showed the same thing: photos of different motel rooms, unoccupied, dimly lit, always from the same angle, as if someone had been documenting emptiness itself. The final photo on the last roll showed room 9. Only one object stood out: a reflection in the mirror, a figure sitting on the bed, not Burrows. The case drew local media attention. The Benton Gazette sent reporter Lydia Reeves, who'd covered the motel fire years before. She interviewed Eddie in the empty lobby. He refused to enter room 9 again. "It's not haunted," he said. It's waiting. Reeves stayed until dusk, reviewing the layout for her article. When she returned to her car, she noticed something. The key to room 9 was missing from the evidence board inside the station. It reappeared 2 days later, hanging from the motel's front desk pegboard, swinging gently as if just placed there. Investigators reconstructed Burrows' last known movements. 6:20 p.m., left diner in Little Rock. 8:47 p.m., purchased gas at Miller's fuel stop. 9:17 p.m., recorded check-in time on motel card. 9:22 p.m., security footage shows approach to room 9. After that, nothing. Phone records showed no outgoing calls. His credit card was never used again. County archives revealed that room 9 had been the origin of the 2005 fire. A guest named Elaine Harker had died there after apparently locking herself in. The official cause was listed as faulty wiring. But the fire chief's report noted a curious anomaly. The fire had burned hottest in the center of the room, away from any outlets. Witness statements from other guests described hearing a woman talking to someone who wasn't there just before the flames broke out. 2 weeks after Burrows' disappearance, Lydia Reeves received an unmarked envelope at her home. Inside was a small cassette tape labeled simply Room 9. The audio began with silence, then faint static, and finally a man's voice. "Check-in complete," it said. Then came breathing, steady, rhythmic, a metallic click, and finally another voice, female, close to the mic. "We don't close here." Experts confirmed the first voice belonged to Thomas Burrows. The female voice could not be matched. On April 2, 2012, sheriff's deputies responded to another call, same motel, same clerk. Eddie Lowe reported hearing the room TV turn on. When they arrived, they found the door to room 9 slightly ajar, though it had been resealed. Inside, the TV displayed a live feed from the motel's own security camera, but several seconds out of sync. It showed the deputies standing outside the door, though their real-time movements didn't match the screen. Then, without warning, the picture switched to a static-filled close-up of a human eye. The feed cut out entirely when the power to the building was disconnected again. The county condemned the property permanently. Room 9 was walled off with cinder blocks. The rest of the building was demolished in 2014. But during demolition, workers found a burnt rotary phone inside the wall cavity, identical to the one in the evidence locker that had already been cataloged. 2 phones, same serial number. The duplicate was sent for analysis. Its receiver emitted a faint electrical hum, even without power. Deputy Hollis retired in 2016. Before he left, he submitted a final addendum to the Burrows case. He wrote that 6 months after demolition, he received a voicemail from a blocked number. It contained 10 seconds of silence, followed by the sound of a hotel bell ringing once. Carrier records confirmed the call originated from a disconnected landline, registered to the Sundown Motor Lodge. The Sundown's lot remains fenced off, overgrown with weeds. Locals avoid it. Truckers say that sometimes around midnight, their CB radios pick up a faint voice calling in room numbers that don't exist. No trace of Thomas Burrows has ever been found. His suitcase remains sealed in the evidence vault, tagged case number 12304. The tag bears a faint burn mark in the corner, shaped like a number 9. If you visit the site today, the gravel still dips slightly where the old room once stood. And if you press your ear to the earth on a quiet night, some say you can hear the dull click of a phone being picked up.